The Georgia Bulldogs pick up another big-time commitment, this time Tyree West, a big defensive lineman from Tift County in the 2022 class. What's going on, guys? Matt DeBary, DawgPost.com. I know we're in the middle of the season. All of you watching are probably focused more on the team and the two losses and all that going on. And again, this guy's not in the 21 class. You're going to have to wait a little bit, but this is a big commitment for a number of different reasons. The first one being he's an in-state defensive lineman that everyone wanted. Georgia was able to get him. They cannot miss on an in-state elite defensive lineman like Tyree West. The last thing they need is for this kid to go to Auburn, Alabama, Florida, wherever. So this is he's a guy that Georgia has wanted for a long, long time now. South Georgia kid, one of the best players in the state of Georgia, and they were able to land his commitment today. I thought it would be in the summer. I saw Tyree West in a camp back in the summer and talked to him, and I thought a commitment was coming in the next few weeks after talking to him. So he's been high on Georgia for a long time, big Georgia lane, and today he finally announces that he is publicly committed to Georgia. So what's he going to bring? Dude's a football player. He's not the most athletic guy, but it's hard to see athletic defensive linemen in a camp combine setting where I saw him. They're not going to change directions quickly. They're not going to wow you in a three-cone drill or anything like that. So that's not where he flashes. Where he does his best is on Friday nights. When he puts the pads on, under the lights on Fridays in South Georgia, the guy dominates. He bursted onto the scene in 2019 when he beat down Micah Morris, who's currently committed to Georgia in the 21 class. Tyree West had his way with him, and that's when everyone said, wow, who is this guy? He just beat Micah Morris all day long. Who was a top 100 player and a high four-star guy. So that's really where people started to recognize who he was and how good he is. But, he's a different player when the pads are on. He's quick off the ball. He's about 6'3", about 280 right now. He's got those instincts. He knows how to get off blocks, and that's probably the most important thing. If you can't get off blocks against five-star offensive linemen that he's going to be going against week in and week out in the SEC, it's not going to be a fun time. And but that's what he does, whether it's his quickness or his just raw strength he has or his hand placement, whatever. That's what he does, and he gets off blocks, and then he goes and attacks the ball carrier. He's pretty quick for his size. I'll give him that. Again, he can't change directions very well, but once he gets lateral and starts, pumping, going down the sideline, trying to attack the ball carrier, he knows how to do that. He can get there. He can lay a hit. But the guy just makes plays. He makes plays. He's always in the backfield. He's disruptive in the run game. He can get after the passer in passing situations. But you turn on the film, and in the blink of an eye, he's in the backfield. He's making a play. So again, he's not athletic as Trayvon Walker or Jalen Carter or some of those guys, but he's a playmaker, and he knows how to get off blocks. A lot of guys don't know how to do that. They're great with a shirt and shorts on and a camp setting sometimes if they're more athletic than an actual football player, but that's not Tyree West. He's more of a football player than an athlete, and that's what Georgia needs right now. They've got athletes on that side of the ball, on the defensive line. They're very athletic there. They need more football players. They need more guys with a nose for the football. And again, it's not a weakness for Georgia right now. Their defensive line is still playing really well. They've been banged up. Jordan Davis has been out, stuff like that. So they haven't been their best, but they're going to be pretty good in the future with a lot of these guys, and Tyree West could be a multi-year starter for Georgia. I think he's got the frame right now to play on the edge or inside a defensive tackle. He's not going to be your nose guard right over the center. He's not that big, but I think in Georgia's strength and conditioning program, he'll be able to put on more weight, more muscle, and keep, the things that make him so great, again, and that's just developing as a football player. He's not as raw as a lot of guys you see coming out of South Georgia because the dude knows how to play football. He knows how to beat his opponent, and a lot of that is just instinctual. He knows what he's doing out there. So, again, he's not going to wow you in a camp setting. If you go to a camp or combine and there's a lot of defensive linemen out there, it's not going to be like, oh, wow, that's Tyree West. It's not going to be like that. He's not the biggest guy. He's not the most athletic guy, but he's a football player, and he's one of the best in the state. He's, I think, close to a 5-star ranking out there for a reason. So I think he dropped a little bit in the offseason because he's not there dominating guys on Friday nights. But after this season, once the film comes out, I think that ranking is going to continue to rise. Everyone I talk with that plays against him just says that he dominates. He's so tough to block. He's so tough to account for. And he is a game changer on that side of the ball in that region. He goes against Colquitt County, Valdosta, Lowndes, Lee County. Pretty sure he's played all those teams again, Camden County, and he does well. I mean, he goes up against tough offensive linemen and tough teams week in and week out down in South Georgia, and he continues to make a name for himself and make plays every single week. So again, big time pickup for Georgia. This is their 4th commitment in the 2022 class, and they're all in-state kids. You've got Tyree West on the defensive line, CJ Washington out of Cedartown on the defensive line, Marquise Groves Killebrew, cornerback out of Brookwood, and then of course Dion Bowie, the 5-star athlete who will probably play in the secondary down from South Georgia and Bainbridge. So 4 big-time in-state guys to start off the 2022 class. Kirby Smart has to be really happy about that one. And again, he picked up his big defensive lineman today. So great start for Georgia in the 22 class, picking up Tyree West out of Tift County. Big commitment, chose Georgia over Alabama, Auburn, Florida, you name it. So big commitment for Georgia. Once again, thank you all for watching this video. As always, stay tuned to the next video coming up right now, and I will see you over on the website.